I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff to.
All right, and welcome back to 321 Let's Talk, your weekly, monthly, whenever we get the chance to, podcast about mangas. Where me and my host, I'm one of the hosts, Shawn.
This is your co-host, Jamal.
Where we sit and we talk about mangas that we had the opportunity to read. This chance, we got to read Hajime no Ippo. It's an older manga. It's a manga where the main focus is about the sport of boxing. It was published.
Oh, well, it was written by George Morikawa, published by Kodansha. Probably pronouncing it wrong. But original ran, or still running, it started in October 1989, and it's ongoing present with a total of 125 volumes, over 1,000 chapters.
Whew. I know that's, when you hear that, it gives you a little chills on reading it. It's one of those where, like, when you try to recommend it, you get... I think it's like the One Piece effect, or I guess this is before One Piece, but like
just in general, like you see something and just like
you see that mini and you're just like,
yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, like I don't want to, like I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, the space. I know it's the same thing that happens with Case Closed, because we were talking about that too. Detective Conan. Mm-hmm. It's another like amazing manga that we have both given like time to reading before, but it was back when we were like 16 in high school. Summer came around. It's just like, I have no life other than manga.
Exactly.
But this week, yeah, it's like Jamal said, it's on Hajime no Ippo. It have a tremendous amount of titles. We didn't sit and read all of it because it's like we said, we're both have jobs. We're both trying to do school. We're both, we're kind of adults now.
Exactly. So, I mean, we're going to cover the first 100 chapters.
Yeah.
And it's mainly 7 fights. If you count the 2 Miyata fights, is what, 9?
9 fights total.
9 fights total.
And the way that this manga is kind of structured, it's like training, fight,
aftermath,
and then training, fight, aftermath, training, fight, aftermath. That's kind of the pattern that he sticks through. Like you get, and like the training is probably the biggest sequence of it. Not saying that, I don't think it undermines the fight in any way when it happens.
Or the little side commentaries or anything that's going in between the fight and the training.
Yeah, because I know I'm weird. I love training sequences. I love those like Rocky training moments. It's like
montage. Yeah,
those montage moments. And if you like those type of moments, Ippo give that to you like constantly. So this week we read, it's like Jamal said, we read chapters 1 to 100. It's like we said, it's an old manga. It have both an anime and the manga out there. I said that weird. It have both an anime and the manga, and it have even like 2 cycles of animes too.
Well, okay, well, they have an anime. So for anime viewers, there is an anime that you can watch if you feel like you're more of a visual reader, or not visual reader, but someone who likes visuals and music and whatnot.
And it's a well done anime. Like
Madhouse Studio.
I got introduced to this first by the
anime.
By the anime, yeah.
Same here.
And then the way that I initially did it, I watched the anime up to the last point they have, and then afterwards I jumped off into the manga, and I felt extremely comfortable doing that because they followed, after going back and reading it, they follow it pretty.
Yeah, I think the anime covers like 500 chapters at most, because Hajime no Ippo, the very first one's like 75 episodes. Then there's New Challenger, which I think about 25 episodes.
Right.
And then Rising. I think when I got on Ippo, Rising was just coming out and just finishing, and that's when I was starting.
And Rising is like
really, really good.
It's beautiful looking. Like it's like Ippo is done well, but it's one of those animes where you can feel the age. It's like 80s, and like you can see that it's aged. I think it's aged well, but you can tell it's an older one. Rising though is like jumped right into like modern
animation style. Like I said, it's Madhouse. So if you've seen Trigun, Parasite, Diamond Ace, countless.
Oh, they do Diamond
They did,
Noise?
yeah.
Okay.
There was a partnership with them and dang, I forgot the other company. A1 Pictures, I believe, or something like that.
It makes sense now. Is a Diamond Noise? Like, I've been obsessed watching that for the past
yeah,
3 weeks.
Yeah, Madhouse does a lot of popular. I think I don't know another one they've done, but they've done a lot of great renowned. Hunter x Hunter. That's another one.
Okay, that's like a huge one.
Yeah, Hunter.
So yeah, this week we watched Ippo. I guess before we jump into the chapters, I don't really think there's spoilers for this. I guess spoilers on who wins the fight, but
okay. I guess we can cover how we're gonna. Okay, we can give you a synopsis about the main.
Yeah, so basic rundown of Ippo is kind of like it's like 101 on hero's journey, whatever, because we get a very gentle bully boy, our main character Ippo. And Ippo, he's in. I always get confused with Japan's like school system.
He's in high school, I think.
He's in high school.
Yeah, high school, probably his first or second year.
Yeah, so he's in high school. He works all the time at his mom's fishing boat shop. That his father passed away, and so he helps his mom out at the shop all the time. And because of this, he never really have the time or chance to hang out with other kids. And so. He gets bullied, and kids kind of just avoid him because whenever he gets invited to go somewhere, he turns them down. Yeah. And it's like, after a while, you're going to stop inviting me somewhere.
Yeah, you're going to stop trying.
And so one day, he's getting the snot beat out of him underneath a bridge, and a very, what is his name? Takamura. He's running by doing his conditioning, and he spots it. And he goes down there and help Ippo's out. And this is kind of like the first 10 chapters, I want to say. And then they take Ippo back to the boxing gym, and he's just like, oh shit, what is this world right here? And Takamura, he's going to send Ippo away because he hates weaklings. He hates people who allows themselves to kind of don't stand up for themselves.
So he tries to first he's like, you want to get revenge on these guys, so here he draws a picture of the guy's face and puts it on a punching bag. Yeah. And so just go ahead and try it. And he starts hitting his hand, and then Takamura noticed that his hand gets cut up.
Yeah, he teaches Ippo how to throw a straight.
I think it's a straight jab.
And apparently it's like I guess a trope would be the word for it, for like hard hitters to cut their hands when they start boxing and punching a bag without gloves on. And so they find out Ippo is a hard hitter, and Ippo gets sent away after this like taste into this new world, right? And after getting that taste, he becomes enamored. He started watching boxing fights. He started reading magazines. He's just like, this world can rebirth me. It's like he got introduced to this unknown place, and he's like, this unknown could change me into a different person. And afterwards, he spots. I'm gonna butcher his name.
The coach?
Not the coach yet. Takamura.
Takamura,
as he's doing conditioning again, and he gets him to make a deal with him.
Yeah.
If he could catch 10 leaves underneath a tree, he would teach him how to box. And so Ippo start going under. It's cool to see because the story is basically, you watch Ippo goes from being I don't want to say he loses gentle nature, but you watch him go from being
a guy who didn't really have. He didn't have a goal in mind. All his goal was just fishing and stuff like that. But then he sees a chance to change him. Yeah, now he sees a chance to change himself with the better, and that's through boxing. Yeah, because like his dad was always that figure of strength for him, and so once he lost that, he feels like there's there's always been
like
that.
He lost direction, guidance.
Exactly. So you see something like a symbol of strength within boxing that he tries to recapture or get that again since the passing of his father when he was young.
And so he trains day and night. Is even cool. I think it's if with if you are more of a watcher and you're watching the anime, if you are not hooked on this in the first like
4 or 3 episodes,
I don't know what's wrong with you, because it's just like it's so cool to watch, because you literally see him go, like it shows you that with just drive, determination, and focus, and like practice and practice and practice, how you can change.
Yeah, he even during the leaf sequence, he even was like learn how to like
throw a jab.
Yeah, throw a jab, and also like the hit with his wrist. He had to
how to like
the
flick his wrist
and like to be able to capture all the keep the leaves in his hand at the same time.
I think it's like the beautiful parts of sports mangas, because it's like it captures the reason people like these sports, because you as like a watcher and a viewer, you know how hard that these people are training to become proficient at these things, and it catches the heart and grip. All right, sorry about that. Little pause. I got family at the crib.
Yeah, we didn't want to start over. We feel like we're just doing what we're doing, so we're gonna just keep going.
Yeah, this is real life. Shit like that happens. What were we on?
We were talking about the leaf scene and the transformation and like boxing,
Yeah,
like
it's
why
just,
people do what they do, like athletes.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, because it's just like this grit and like determination that it just gets me amped, bro. Like it makes me want to go out there and get shit done, even if like it's not even if it's not like sports related.
Yeah,
it still like give me this drive to be like, all right, I know what I have to do. I have to focus. I have to zone in. I have to give this time and dedication to make something from it, you know?
That's true. That's even if it's like not a life lesson for just athletes wise, but like life for like just a general life purpose. If you want anything in life, you got to work at it, build yourself, get your craft together, and do something. Because waiting around or waiting for something to happen isn't gonna happen. Sometimes you got to take take charge. Take charge and take chance if you want things to have a positive outcome. And you might fail at things or whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's how you get back up and do it again.
But it's part. I feel like it's part of the process.
Yeah, it's a whole. It's a journey.
Like failing, because I need like a T-shirt or something that says life lessons. All my life lessons was learned from mangas and like anime, because I got so many from like, I'm so grateful because I've gotten so much from like these artists who have created these mangas, because they have like shown, they've been able to show and not tell by like drawing these images and these stories.
But yeah, I know we digress, but still on Ippo. So that's pretty much the synopsis, and then he ends up succeeding.
Yeah.
And with the leaf test.
Yeah.
And now he's thrust into this world of boxing.
And so he really gets to jump into this world of the unknown right now, because the way the hero, I said this is like 101 on the hero's journey. The way the hero journey starts is like, you take a character who is in a place of comfort and safety, right? And then the next step is something prompts them. Well, there's 2 steps there. There's the whole like, they ignore the call to a heroism. You don't always have to throw that in there, which he doesn't do in this one. And then so his call, right, was getting beat up in Takamero, saving him. That was like his call to go into this new world, to become this hero. And then the next step is you get into this hero and you find your coach, your teacher, so you can start training to become more, and which he does find with the coach. He also finds his rivals.
Yeah, Miyata. Yeah, so the introduction is Miyata. That's his first sparring.
Yeah.
And of course, he does a good effort with being a novice and everything. Just the only thing he can really do is the jab.
He doesn't have
no good movement around.
He have the straight.
Yeah.
He doesn't, is like you said, he doesn't have movement in the ring. But the coach is watching this, and the part that gets him like in love with Ippo is he have this this old spirit, this old like grit and guts. Like he's willing to get knocked down, he's gonna get back up. You can knock him down, he's gonna get back up. It's just like this. It's this way of like intimidating your enemy is like as many times you knock me down, I'm always gonna get back up.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had his first fight with his rival. Of course he lose because his rival's been boxing since he was like
A kid. So everything going forward is what we're gonna cover from chapter 1 to 100. So if we haven't intrigued you enough to give Hajime no Ippo a try, well then we tried.
maybe,
but if you feel like you want to give it a try, go ahead and stop here and check out the manga or anime if whatever you prefer.
Even if you're not like a boxing or sports fan, I think there's still a lot to get from Ippo. It's a wonderful story. So afterwards, it's like we said earlier, how there's like a cycle in Ippo that gets repeated constantly, where it's like so that we go into the training phase.
So the coach. So after he loses his first part, the coach is like, okay,
you can join the gym.
You're gonna be able to you can join the gym, and you're gonna be able to beat Miyata in 3 months if I train you. So
that's also a cool part right there. It's like he doesn't say, "Oh, you can beat Miyata in like 2 weeks or whatever."
No, if you give me 3
months
or something like that,
3 months. It's like to get good at something, it takes time.
Yeah,
I think we forget that sometimes because we just want we're instant gratification.
Yeah,
and we just want it like right now, but like it takes time.
Yeah, I know the whole saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. It's true. It takes
It's like brick by brick. So they go into the 3 months of training, and it's cool because during this part you get to see Ippo grow more because he gets closer with his rival, and his rival is an outboxer. Outboxer is someone who's really good at countering. They don't rush in.
Yeah, they use their speed. They use their legs and movement to keep people at bay. They're distant fighters.
Yeah, and so Miyata is super proud. Would you say this is the best word? Proud or confident?
Yeah,
confident in his outboxing. He's just like, this is a style he got from his father, and he wanted to show that like he could dominate the ring with this style, And Ippo, he's just like, man, fuck that. Like, or not fuck that.
Yeah,
he's just
that's not his attitude.
That's not his attitude. That's me. He's like, he wants to challenge him directly. He doesn't want to run away from the challenge. And the coach is like, you don't have the skills to challenge his outboxing directly. He's like, nah, make it so I can, though. And so the coach is like, all right, so we have to intensify your training. And so they start developing a dash for Ippo and working on other techniques for him. Basically, during this training saga, each training saga, he acquires like a new skill.
Or whatever, like an ability or toughness to handle whatever's fight. Like if he has to train his neck, so train whatever.
This fight, he gains the ability of a dash now, and a uppercut.
Yes.
Is it the gazelle uppercut?
No, that's later on. That's later on. Okay. Just an upper.
Just an uppercut. And so they train during this fight, and the 3 months go by, and then the fight happens between him and Miyata. And if you're not hooked by this like anime yet or this manga, this fight will get you because it's just heart. Like you just see nothing but heart throughout this entire fight.
But Case, like, to cut us, the whole thing short, is he gets Miyata with an uppercut to the jaw. It grazes.
It grazes him. So like they're boxing, going back and forth. They're bouncing around the ring, and this happens in the third round.
Yeah, because
it's a 3-round fight.
Yeah, it's not long. It's a spar, pretty much. It's not a real fight.
It's a spar. They both have 2 knockdowns at this point.
1 apiece or something like that.
So they both been knocked down 1 apiece. Ippo looks kind of hurt and tired. He got hit with a crazy counter beforehand,
but he's able to take it through his training.
And now he's coming back to get. Does he get a? There's one moment where he gets countered again, like. So they're fighting. Ippo is coming from the bottom, and then Miyata like counters him and punches him dead into the mat. There's some, when you're watching it, there's some crazy intense moments when because you see Ippo he eats this punch, and like his body bounces off to the mat kind of, and it just laid out.
Was that him?
Was
I'm not sure right now. I remember the ending part.
He gets countered during this fight.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I know that, but I know he was able to like survive it.
Yeah. He gets up, but it looks like a devastating punch. The reason counters are so devastating is because it's taking, it's kind of like taking your energy and putting it back to you. It's like doubling the force. But it's like Jamal was saying, he gets like an uppercut that grazes his chin.
And that downs Miyata, but it doesn't, of course, he's not really like damaged, but the damage is more of an inner to his, to his brain, because it's like, discombobulated his
nervous system
from his head to his legs, so he wasn't able to stand up on Takamura's 10 count because he was a special guest ref. Yeah. And so he ends up losing. And after that, Miyata decides to leave the gym, not because he was mad about losing, but because he felt like these two guys, they're not going to be able to fight each other from the same gym, and two, they feel like he has a rival that can challenge him, so he goes to another gym in the hopes of meeting him in the East Tokyo, Japan rookie tournament.
Yeah.
And that leaves for Ippo to have a goal to meet Miyata and rematch him again for a third.
It kind of shows that in life, you need to have like this rival energy type of thing happening around you so you can
push each other to be better.
Yeah. It's like, and it's kind of like a constant theme you see throughout mangas and animes, that like having, I think sometimes we see rivals or enemies as negatives, but sometimes having a rival or enemy can propel you to be better because it's something to aim against, So afterwards, Ippo, after that fight particularly, he's like, this is my life now. Like, I'm going to be a boxer. And he gets his boxer license, and it starts to go from there. I guess I'm not sure how do you want to break down each one of these fights, or do you just kind of want to look at the ones that were your favorites from? Because between from this point forward, after the two fights with Miyata, he had a total of 7
fights that we cover in the 100 chapters.
Yeah. And so the fights, one is against a dude who's a little older than Ippo. He's kind of just like a laid back boxer.
People feel like he doesn't train as hard, and he has this girl that he likes that her father's one of his trainers.
Yeah. And then after that, Ippo gets into a fight with someone who's a little dirtier as a fighter. And then after those two fights, you get into the actual
rookie tournament. A black boxer.
It's always weird how Japan's view on how black people are supposed to be. I'm okay with how they drew this guy and animated this dude. He wasn't like crazy,
he
offensive, and like he's supposed to be a good laid back dude. Yeah. He's like fighting at a little gym. His name was Jason, right?
Jason Azuma. It was funny how they were talking like, oh, he's Freddy Krueger and stuff like that. No, not Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees. I'm wrong, man. Sorry, don't kill me. I got the names wrong. Okay. But Jason Voorhees with the mask, hockey mask. It was funny. So they were making a joke like one of them could be Freddy. Oh no, Ippo could be Freddy Krueger and he'd be Jason, and they'll fight each other. Something stupid like that. Yeah. By this time you get introduced to Aoki and Kimura. They're like the two shy show clowns with the whole gang of Takamura and stuff.
They're like part of the supporting cast.
Yeah.
I think Ippo have a really good supporting cast. But yeah, so I guess we can mainly focus on the rookie tournament. Between this fight, which fight do you think made Ippo grow the best?
It would have to be all the fights were key, but
because
the Jason Ozuma fight was the most like key fight in the tournament, because the second fight was the clinch guy, and that was
I feel like that fight is kind of it's important because it teaches Ippo how to deal with that type of boxer.
Yeah, because there's different types of boxers you're gonna fight. Not everybody gonna fight the same people. Some people are not gonna always go for the KO hit.
Yeah,
other people want to go by the points, and this dude was actually winning the fight until he decided he wanted to KO Ippo.
Yeah, so
which made him lose.
It's how some fights go. Some fights So in boxing, matches are determined by either point cards, which you normally have 3 judges judging the fight to see how many hits the other opponent gets and like just the difference. And or matches are determined by KOs.
Yeah.
Which are knockdowns is when the opponent falls to the mat and they fail to get up after a 10 count.
Or a technical KO if the ref deems that you cannot continue to fight, whatever.
I think the fight for me other than the championship fight.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's 2 because I think the fight with the shotgun dude.
Yeah, that was a key fight.
Pretty
too,
boy.
That fight was more like Ippo came out, runs and gun with a strategy. But all of these fights he comes with a strategy.
But I think that one was the first one where he like fought someone who was way above his level.
Was Dean way above his level.
Yeah.
He was able to train and get
and
up
then
there.
I think the next fight is
Mashiba
Rio.
And
I think that fight is really important because at this point, so it's like East versus West, right?
No. This is still the East tournament because it's the bracket. So
the bracket.
The other bracket was, I think, bracket A and B. Ippo was in B, and he was in the front. The semifinals for that one was the shotgun guy.
Yeah.
And Ippo. So Ippo beats him, was able to go to the finals.
And then the other
was Mashiba and Miyata. That fight was very, very key because that.
It gave so Mashiba is basically I don't really think there's any like antagonist type of characters in Hajime Ippo because everyone
has a reason for why they're doing what they're doing.
They're every character during like the training cycle you kind of get a look at both fighters and you get their motivations and their drives, what's pushing them, why are they doing what they're doing.
For example, Jason Ozuma, his goal was to be able to bring money back to the small gym that helped him get up there. The clinch dude, he wanted to see that his style way of boxing is a clinching way, isn't a cowardly way.
It's just like he and I give props to the author to the author for it because it shows that like there's no good and no bad guys in there. Mm-hmm. It's not like clearly drawn like that. So Mashiba, he fights.
He's made out to look like he's a bad guy. I mean, he did do a dirty tactic on Miyata.
Yeah, but it's still
a part of fighting.
It's part of fighting. It's something you have to deal with. And so Miyata, long story short, he loses, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's a big hit to Ippo as well, to his psyche, because it's just like they have made this agreement to make it to
the finals and rematch at the East finals. Yeah. And Ippo was able to hold his end of the bargain. Miyata didn't. So Miyata feels like, crap because he wasn't able to uphold his end.
And like his rival is leaving him behind. And that's like a shitty, really human emotion too, because it's just like sometimes you can look at your peers and be like, oh crap, are they achieving more success before I am? And it's a weird place to be in. But Ippo is also, he's like, he kind of wants to get revenge in a sense because Mashiba, he does fight dirty in it. In the fight, he kept making him hit his elbow, right?
No, that was...
Or is that Ippo?
Ippo, but he ended up stepping on his foot.
Okay.
And that ends up making him not, he ends up I know he ends up hurting his leg in the match, but he ends up taking a hit and he loses and... everyone kind of saw it too. Yeah. Takamura saw it. Ippo saw it. He's like, yeah, he stepped on his leg. That's cheating. And,
it's just like, it's not the cleanest of fights because Mashiba doesn't fight clean. And so they get in, so I guess it's the championship fight between Ippo and Mashiba. I think it's such a good fight because it shows, even though Mashiba is doing like dirty.
Yeah, he's willing to give his life to win this fight.
Yeah, he's so
proud he's determined for
his determination is so much that he's like, even if I have to cheat, I'm going to cheat because I need the win
for my sister, for
me and my sister, for my family. There's so much riding on this that if I can't win clean, I'm going to cheat.
Yeah. That's a good way to sum up. his character.
His character is just like and it's such a interesting thing to look at because it's like he's not dirty. Like he's
dirty, but
it's just like, can people do bad things with a good purpose, like for a good reason? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like his reasoning is good. Like his reasoning is like, I want to support myself, I want to support my sister. But like, does that mean you always do it in that manner? You know?
Yeah. So to sum up the story, sum up this fight, Mashiba ends up trying to get Ippo to break his fist by hitting his elbow, but Ippo keeps doing, hitting his elbow. That he ends up destroying Mashiba's
elbow,
right arm or whatever. So he's like just mashed.
Also, I don't think we said it yet, but Ippo's like, if each fighter have their special gift, Ippo is a crazy hard hitter.
He's a crazy hard hitter, and he natural talent, natural strength of him pretty much growing up on a fishing boat. Without him really doing exercise, being an athlete guy, he was doing all that covering
muscle training.
Yeah, muscle training by covering all those heavy fish things,
boxes and stuff. And
yeah,
so
just
like,
working on his mom's fishing job.
He have like crazy strength. It's like, he's just incredibly strong, and that's like Ippo's. It's his grit and determination and his strength. Those are like two Ippo's like special character gifts or whatever.
So in this fight, he just pummels, keeps hitting him, and then ends up knocking out.
He ends up breaking his hand though, right?
Yeah, he ends up getting his hand. So this leads up to the next thing, but he ends up getting his hand, messed up, but he wins. So the next fight is the next potential fight would have been against Sendo Takashi.
So Ippo also he wins that, and he becomes like
the East rookie.
The East rookie, and it's like it's such an upset because no one was expecting Ippo to be the winner of this.
Yeah, the winners.
The three shining stars was Ryu,
Shotgun,
the shotgun dude, the pretty boy. When it comes to his fight, there's like a bajillion girls who are cheering for him, and then Miyata, and so but Ippo he upsets everything.
Dark horse
running through this bitch. But then Sendo, a Rocky of the West.
That is my guy. That's my guy. Sendo's my guy. There's a lot of reasons why, and it delves into later on during the manga, but Sendo currently,
If you had to place Ippo's rivals, right, would you put Sendo more than Miyata?
Yes, because he actually fought him.
He fights Miyata too.
In a professional setting.
Yeah.
Sendo has fought him. So, but Miyata, no.
And it's cool because Sendo and Ippo, they're fighting for the title of the strongest hitter.
Yeah, this is they're like mirror fighters of each other.
Yeah, they're both end fighters. They both like, and Sendo is like so amped for this fight because he's like, yo, I love the idea of two dudes being in the center of a ring and just fucking each other up.
Because Sendo in his West rookie tournament, he's pretty much blew by it. No one stood a chance. So he sees a guy from the East.
Like he keeps watching the fight between Mashiba and Ippo, and like he's just amped to like,
man, get ready to fight this guy, a guy who can actually take my punch.
Yeah, but the thing is, during the fight with Mashiba, it's like Jamal was saying, he kept hitting his elbow and kept hitting his elbow, and your elbow is one of the hardest parts on your body, and so even with fighting with a glove and your hand wrapped up, gloves are probably like 14 ounces or 12 ounces. I think they're 14 ounces.
I don't want to mess up, so I'm not a boxing expert.
Yeah, gloves they weigh a certain amount, but so he ends up hurting his hand so really bad,
and he's not able to fight. Sendo comes all the way over there like, yo, man.
He gets on the train, head out to where Ippo is at, and he's like, hey,
Tokyo.
bro.
I think he's from Osaka. So,
like some far away. He's like, Ippo, like this shit got to go down, bro. Like me and you, 1-on-1 in the ring, and like Sendo's energy is so crazy. His special move is
the smash. It's like a uppercut.
It's a short uppercut type
rising,
thing.
It's like a rising
uppercut.
Something like that. It's a modified uppercut. It's off of a Pacific boxer. Forgot the name.
That's the other cool part about Ippo. Everything is legit.
Yeah, there's trivia from real life boxers and stuff like that. Forgot the name of the guy, but But the smash is a real boxing move that a dude made. So Sendo used the smash.
And so there's I guess the aftermath of that fight is Sendo trying to convince Ippo to fight. And the energy from Sendo is so strong that Ippo is like, man.
Okay, try to do whatever he can to get this
like,
fist healed.
Yeah, and so
even drinking it.
Yeah, and so they start fighting. Eventually, Ippo does get his fight healed. I think this training montage is one of the best. Ippo gets his fist trained, get it healed, and then him and Sendo have this like legendary fight.
Oh my God, that was the best fight to me. I mean, I guess you want to consider part of the
rookie tournament.
Yeah, it's the All Japan at this point. For the who's the best rookie in East or West, and this fight was legendary. Ippo literally got his ass kicked. To me, Ippo lost his fight.
Actually, to be honest, Ippo gets beat up a lot.
Yeah, he does.
Ippo is not never.
There's
some points where he is, but more often than not, and that's when he struggles too, when he's not the underdog for some reason. Like Ippo normally comes into each and every fight as the underdog. He's the challenger. But yeah, he got whooped from Sendo, but I think he held his own.
Yeah, he gave.
I don't
back
think
as much
he just.
as he took.
Yeah.
But the one part what got me was when he hit Sendo in the head, and Sendo was like, at that point, knocked unconscious, but because of the roar of the crowd, because the fight took place in Sendo's hometown, and the crowd was insane.
Yeah, he's kind of like a local hero.
Yeah, and everybody was chanting Rocky, Rocky. And I think at that point, Sendo was knocked out. But since he was hearing the roar of the crowd, he was wailing on Ippo.
Yeah.
Beating the dog shit
That's
out
why, being like, we read the manga, but being completely honest, please, for the love of everything, watch the anime.
Yeah, the animation.
Because there's this effect they love doing where they make their eyes blue and glowing while they're fighting. It's just supposed to show like the kai, the like spirit of the fighter. That happens for Sendo during that fight. Shit is awesome.
Yeah, and so he beats him up, and it goes into he was still hitting even when the bell rang because the crowd noise was so loud that the ref or the he wasn't able to
stop it.
Yeah, he wasn't able to stop it. And
it's like they're like, this is a fight.
Yeah, this is a brawl, and in the end, they stopped it, and they go to each corner, and Ippo looks like he's his. He's not even able. Yeah, he's like, yo, I don't think I'm gonna be able to go back out there. And then the coach is like, I'm gonna throw the towel in there if you look like you about to get ass, you about to get killed. And then he looks over, and Sendo gets off the chair. His corner is trying to see what's happening. Sendo got knocked out.
Yeah, Sendo was fighting unconscious.
Yeah, he was fighting unconscious.
So like, I get why he's your dude.
He's my guy, man. He won, but whatever.
But Ippo won, not Sendo.
Yeah, Ippo won by TKO.
Yeah,
and that's pretty much where we stop off with Hajime no Ippo.
For reading anyway. Being completely honest, I think the last time I made sure I was up to date, I was on like chapter 900.
Yeah,
I'm like way far, but that's also from me watching the anime up to like the last point they animated it, and then I jumped into the manga because, bro, there's so many more dope fights that happen. Like when, I don't know if you remember it, when Ippo fight the dude who's the wolf.
Yeah, Russian Vorg.
He was dope. And then also all the side characters gradually start to get shine too.
Yeah,
I think one of the best fight is actually. It's hard to judge because there's a lot of really good fights, but it's Takamura.
Mm-hmm.
When he fights the American dude, the black guy.
Oh, you mean Hawk? That's
Not
way
Hawk.
That's
or
Hawk.
is
yeah,
Hawk?
Yeah.
This is
way
into it. He's fighting for like it's
world title,
heavyweight of the world,
a middleweight at that time. Lightweight, whatever. He's because his Takamura's end goal. You see, everybody has a goal in the manga. Mm-hmm. That's what I said. It's Hajime no Ippo, but the supporting cast really helps build.
I think it's really it's grounded. But this fight between Takamura and the Hawk, oh, like chills down my arms the entire time I'm watching it because
that's way ahead.
it's way ahead. But the reason I'm talking about it is just like this isn't one of those mangas where like you read it and then like it falls off during some point, so you're just like, oh, I don't feel like reading this anymore. There's fights that keep going on that just it's amazing to keep watching it. And like, I don't know, this definitely falls up there in one of my favorites.
Yeah. So if my guess, if you like anime and you like to read or watch anime, then if you're so far interested, I say watch the anime. It can cover Hajime Ippo.
I honestly I think if you watch the anime up to it gets you really far because they even have animated the fight between Hawk.
Yeah, so it's Hajime Ippo, New Challenger Rising. Those 3 seasons they can cover a big chunk of this lengthy manga. I think around 500 or 400 something when I watched all the anime and got into the manga. So it can cover a lot.
Yeah.
And all that's animated too, and it's really good.
Yeah, and it's all well done. I definitely recommend this. This thing get 5 stars because whenever I sit and watch it, whenever I sit and read it, it's one of those things that it reinforces in me the fact that to become great or to become successful, to become good at something, it takes practice and hard work. And those are like 2 of the foundational things, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know what else should we talk about. Who's your favorite from like? I don't know. I guess there's no with Ippo. The main focus is always the training, the fight. It's kind of that. There's no the relationships that develops between the characters are awesome during the training sequence. That's something I really enjoy. But there's no crazy love interest. There's no like drama.
Well, there is, but it's more like comedic love interest.
Yeah, it's like
or it becomes comedic love interest.
It's like side thing. It's not like a focus.
No, it's not a focus.
It kind of becomes a focus towards the end. Like not as if Ippo is ending, but like 900, 1,000.
Yeah.
When it's like kind of official, but I don't know. I think that's all. Definitely go out there, watch this. Any leaving remarks from you?
Yeah, we'll give it a seal of approval. It's a really good manga / anime, and the author does a fantastic job. I really I want to see where he goes now. I know it's still ongoing, over 1,000 chapters. So when it ends, it's gonna be up there, one of the best shonen mangas.
Oh yeah, it's probably something in Japan already that's like it's top. It's just sometimes it's crazy that shit doesn't get. I don't want to say it doesn't get as much shine over. Yeah, it doesn't get as much shine, but I think this is something that may be beloved over there. But
hopefully, it gets a 4th season. I really want to see a 4th season of Hajime Ippo. Well, yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say.
Yeah, me too. So this is Shawn from 321. Let's talk.
And your co-host Jamal.
And we'll see you when we see you.
All right.
Bye.